What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more 80s, back with some more synth pop, and we're back with a tune from a group I haven't yet reacted to, though they defined a particular flavor of the music I grew up listening to. We're talking about Yazoo, or as they were known here in the US, Yaz. This is their debut album, Upstairs at Eric's. I did want to comment on this artwork. I've always enjoyed the cover art, and this is basically the same image as the front cover. These two mannequins sitting at a table in what appears to be an attic, one of them sort of separated from his lower half. It's sort of this really simple and yet kind of otherworldly and also sort of tension-filled image. It just always fascinated me. One of the iconic covers of the 80s, I would say. But yeah, we're talking Yazoo, or Yaz, and we're talking Vince Clarke. Right after he had left Depeche Mode, he was part of their first album, Speak and Spell. I think he did a lot of the keyboard works and the sort of sonic engineering. He then left the group and he started a couple different groups. He also started Erasure at the time with Andy Bell. But he, here for Yazoo, started a duo with Alison Moyet, a singer with an amazing, powerful, and epic voice. I believe she's a contralto. I don't know a whole lot about singing ranges, but I think that's right. And yeah, this album was an absolute, bomb on the music scene. I remember hearing Don't Go and Situation, another tune that I'm going to get to very soon. I remember hearing them on the radio all the time. I absolutely loved it. When I would hear it in the car with my parents, I'd be like, oh, can you turn it up? I need to hear this one. It has a very sort of dancing, kind of groovy 80s feel. But it's interesting because lyrically, it's a song about a passion. It's a song about a relationship that has started with another person and they're feeling like they just need this person. They burn for this person. They can't wait for this person. Not until tomorrow. I need you tonight. And in fact, I'm going to lock the door. And there's this sort of tension, kind of like a song like I Put a Spell on You. There's a sense that like, I don't want you to get away from me. I don't want what we have. I don't want this dynamic to come untethered. So if I have to lock the door, if I have to like remind you that you're mine, and even if you're feeling kind of lovesick and maybe you're worried about where this is going, no, the doctor came too late because again, you're mine and I need this. So there's a real passion to it, but there's also a sort of intensity of that passion. Maybe not desperation, but a sort of a concern to kind of keep control of things and to keep that passion burning bright. So I've always enjoyed the lyrics. I mentioned a lot of 80s music. When I first listened to it, it was more about the sort of groovy keyboard sonics and like drum machines. But as I got older, some of the songs from the 80s that I've been listening to by that point for several years, you get to teenage years and you start thinking about things and, okay, like I'm picking up on some of the themes and, suggestions that I didn't really think about when I first heard it. So, yeah, I've always enjoyed this one, and even as my understanding of it sort of grew as I got older, it just got more interesting and better. So let's get to it. This is Yaz, Don't Go, from their album Upstairs at Eric's. Iconic, right? Iconic synth riff. Pretty sure it's a clap and a snare, maybe just a clap. Oof. I love that wicked riff. Yeah, maybe the doctor's for her. Always love that interlude. Not only that sort of kind of mysterious melody, but those bass. Just like every sonic element, that dissonant riff, the bass down below, that kind of higher melody during the interlude, all just like perfectly crafted. Dead when you walk out the door. own version of separation anxiety, like for humans. Yeah, I mean, the synth work and the sonic composition is brilliant, but I will say part of what makes the song pop so much is her voice. Like, she just has a crazy voice. I'll keep saying it. Not a huge fan of the fade out ending, but I think in many cases that's more of like a studio, like label decision rather than the band always wanting to end their songs that way. But that issue aside, I mean, it's iconic. From that opening riff, which sort of dominates the melody of most of the song, to that wicked sort of counter melody, that like lower end grit. It's just brilliant, and as I said, her voice is just astonishing. So powerful, but also very like soulful. And yeah, like I said, the lyrics, I remember them for the most part, I think, but there's like a couple elements where, I think the doctor and anyone being lovesick, it's her, right? It's not the person she was talking to, as I was originally thinking about. But either way, it is that, like, it's intensely passionate, it's very felt, and in a way sort of lustful, but at the same time there's a worry, there's a sort of like a desperate concern that's sort of like underpinning or like underscoring the expression of passion. So it's a really interesting tune. I completely get why it was a massive hit. It sounds as good in 2022 as it did in '82. What you think about that? A 40-year-old tune that still sort of has that sort of lightning in a bottle quality when you listen to it. It's a testament to how good it is. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this is one that you often heard back in the day, whether or not you called them Yaz or Yazoo. But yeah, I just always enjoyed that one. And as I said, my appreciation of it has sort of grown over time as I started to think about the lyrics more. But yeah, on both ends, both lyrically and musically, I just think that's a major, awesome classic. So let me know what you think. I do appreciate you listening and watching. Have a good day, have a good night, and I will see you next time.